So it's already 2:03 p.m. and we have around 150 registrants, but I think we could start now. We are halfway there. So may we request everyone to get settled as we are about to start the program. And before anything else, and as we convene towards our duties as a cooperator, let us start this program with our preliminaries, beginning with our invocation, our Philippine national anthem, and our cooperative pledge. Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord. Sir JBR, may I request for our preliminaries video? If you could kindly flash it in our screen. All right. So once again, let us put ourselves in the presence of our
Heavenly Father,
Creator and His dearest
we
Son and
come to you
pray.
today
For the
with a humble
Catholics,
heart.
kindly make the sign of the cross. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today with humble hearts, seeking your guidance and wisdom as we begin this program. Lord, we ask that you would bless every person who has gathered here today, and that you would be present with us in a special way. We pray that this program would be a time of learning, growth, and fellowship for all of us. Help us to listen to one another with open hearts and open minds, and to support one another as we strive to serve you in all that we do. Please give us the strength and the courage to follow your will and to use the gifts and talents you have given us to make a positive difference in the world. We pray all of this in your holy name. Amen.
Next is our Philippine national anthem.
The Cooperative Pledge. As a Filipino, I am and I believe in the cooperative. Alone I am weak, but with others I am strong. So I commit myself to work, to cooperate, for all to be prosperous. Harmony, industry, I will value. Cooperative affairs, I will attend. Responsibilities, I will assume. A cooperative philosophy, I will live. One vision, one belief, one feeling in cooperativism. My life I pledge, so help me God.
So thank you. And once again, good afternoon. We are glad to have you all on board and to learn more with us on this webinar session. I am IC Inyosa, the Program Manager for the Cooperative College of the Philippines and the Manager for the National Federation of Cooperative Primaries in the Philippines, or the NAFE Co-op. And I am glad to be your virtual host for today. And together with me are my team working behind the scenes from both collaborating organizations, rather. And of course, this session will not be possible without our training partners, the Philippine Partnership for Sustainable Agriculture, or the PPSA, the Smart Communications, and our partner PLD. Our webinar's title is Brand Activation for Cooperatives, wherein we will learn and understand this specific marketing strategy on utilizing available digital channels, leveraging digital platforms, social media, and content marketing for cooperatives. Together with our esteemed speaker, whom we will introduce later on, let us learn more on generating brand awareness and developing customer loyalty in the cooperative context. And to formally open the program, please help me welcome the founding trustee of the Cooperative College of the Philippines and the President and CEO of Climbs Life and General Insurance Cooperative, Mr. Noel Raboy, MBAX.
Good afternoon to all of us. Ngayong hapon IC, salamat. Magandang hapon po again sa lahat for joining. I know this is one of the interesting topic when you talk about branding, and that is a very catchy one because I can see on the registrations abot yata ng mga 100. No? So this is something important, especially we are into digital world, and brand is a very crucial part in our marketing strategies and even part of our strategic plan. And in behalf of Father Elmo Manching, our chairperson of Climbs, and our board of directors and officers who are also present here, magandang hapon po. And of course, chairperson rin ng NAFE Cooperative, represented by Chairman Romy Amarado of PGCI Dumaguete. So we would like to give you this another webinar related to the brand activation. So everybody is excited on how we can create impact this one to our own cooperative, and rest assured that Climbs, NAFE Cooperative, and other organizations, in fact, to give you a hint, Climbs initiated also another network of all cooperatives in a form of a chamber. So we will be launching that to support also our representations, especially to the regulations, and for actively participating also on the nation building. Likewise, on the participation on some legislations related to the advancement of the cooperative values and principles. So again, welcome you. We would like to welcome you all for this webinar, and let's open our digital world related to the what type of a brand, and make this one as another key for our success in the cooperative movement. Magandang hapon po sa lahat.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Noel. It is indeed insightful to learn and relearn something new, especially for the benefit of our respective cooperatives. And now, before anything else, let us continue to the main part of this session, the learning part. And we are definitely delighted that we are graced with a renowned resource speaker in this field. So let me introduce her to you. She is a founder, leader, and impact entrepreneur who is on a mission to create impactful and financially thriving enterprises that create significant social impact, drive innovation, foster job creation, and accelerate human transformation. She is the founder and CEO of Limitless Lab, a social innovation company that aims to build the innovation capability of people through design thinking and to co-design innovate products and services with and for social innovators. Her passion for social innovation and entrepreneurship extends beyond the walls of Limitless Love. She is a regular speaker and facilitator at international conferences, universities, and corporate events, promoting the power of design thinking and social entrepreneurship. She is, or rather, she has been a longtime partner of PLDT and SMART for its shared value programs on livelihoods, specifically on its capacity building programs for farmers, MSMEs, and cooperatives. So please help me welcome Miss Joie Cruz.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma'am Icy. Magandang tanghali po sa ating lahat. While I am sharing my screen, can you please let me know in the chat box, where are you joining our call from? Sige nga, saan po tayo galing ang ating mga cooperatives, no? Which areas are you from? So, just to share with you, I am currently in Davao City, but I'm based po talaga in Manila. I'm here in Davao City for a project that we have now with the Asia Foundation and the Bangsamoro government on also enabling our women entrepreneurs, specifically those who have cooperatives, no, and people's organizations as well, no. So very relevant po, no. So for sure we also have participants here from Maguindanao, no, from Mindanao, Maguindanao del Sur. Shout out to Miss Noreen Tilendo, Lucena City, no, Quezon Province, Lucban, Quezon, okay, Negros Occidental, Quezon City, meron din tayo from Metro Manila, Valenzuela, si Miss Renaline, Lucena City, Bukidnon, naku, hindi pa ako nakapunta dyan, no? So hopefully makapunta po tayo sa Bukidnon, Cebu, Lucena. So indeed, we have a diverse set of participants this afternoon who are willing and excited to learn more, no? New technologies, new platforms that we can use to, of course, help our cooperatives, promote our cooperatives, and to collectively grow as well, no? So Miss Icy already gave a very generous introduction of who I am, but just to also share with you, no, personally po, no, my story as an entrepreneur myself and an advocate of social development, no. So I founded po an organization called Limitless Lab in 2018, but even before po I started my own company, no. So yung puso po natin ay nasa development sector talaga, at also helping po, no, yung mga cooperatives, no, na kagaya po ninyo. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur, so I'm passionate po about innovation. That's why I started Limitless Lab, but at the same time, recently I ventured po into food and agriculture as well. So I started po a new company called Limitless Foods, wherein we promote plant-based food po, no? So vegan, vegetarian food, and one of our first brands is actually called a Shroom Express. Meron po ba tayong mga mushroom farmers dito sa ating chat box? Sige nga po, pwede ko po bang makita sa ating chat box? Meron ba tayong mga mushroom farmers po, no, in the room, no? So so some of the case studies that I will share with you this afternoon are from my own business po. Very new po itong Limitless Foods, no, pero i-share ko lang po sa inyo ano yung some of our brand activation activities that we do. Unfortunately, hindi po ako member pa ng isang co-op, no, but who knows, maybe in the future I will also be able na to become a member, no, of a cooperative. What will you learn this afternoon? So this afternoon, I was given the task or the job to share with you what I know about brand activation. And when it comes to our agenda, we'll be focusing on 3 main important topics. So number 1 is understanding what exactly is brand activation. So how is this different from branding, or marketing? Then secondly, we'll also be discussing the digital shift na tinatawag natin, no? Now it's so easy to create content, to post our marketing materials or publications, no, in the internet, no, compared to before, no, and we have no choice right now as cooperatives, but to adapt, diba, and to evolve and grow, no, and use these tools and technology. And then lastly, we will also have a quick exercise on how to craft your own brand activation strategy. So later, I might be calling one of you, so a brave heart. So maaari rin sigurong may premyo na, may prize po. Yung magvo-volunteer later who will want to go through the exercise of brand activation. No? So sige nga, in our chat box, no, can I know how excited are you for our webinar this afternoon? From a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you? 10, of course, being the highest. Let me know in the chat box. Gaano po kayo ka-excited sa ating session? Okay, 10, 10, 10. Yan, maraming salamat po. No? Because I'm also super excited to share with you what I know. But again, maaring meron na rin po kayong alam, okay? Pwede nyo po rin niyang i-share, no, sa ating chat box so that we learn, no, from each other. So since we're all excited, we will now proceed with our first topic, which is understanding brand activation. But before that, I want to highlight muna, ano nga ba yung role natin, no, bilang mga cooperatives, no? For sure, alam niyo na po ito, kung gaano ka-importante ang cooperatives in our society, but just so I highlight it further and also giving a rationale, bakit kailangan nating mag-adapt? Bakit kailangan tayong mag-promote online? Bakit kailangan nating ipalaganap, no, yung mga magagandang benefits halimbawa ng inyong co-op, no, kung maging miyembro ang ating mga members, like farmers, no, kung ano-ano man po yung iba't iba nating miyembro. So, sabi nila, cooperatives daw are key to sustainable development. Naniniwala po ba kayo dyan? Na importante po ang ating mga cooperatives in society for sustainable development. No? Alam niyo po ba yung tinatawag natin na sustainable development goals, di ba? So yung sustainable development goals, marami po yan. I think it's around 16, 17, created by UN. Merong into no poverty, innovation, infrastructure. At sabi po, no, sabi po ng Cooperative Development Authority natin, no, our cooperatives are very, very important and crucial in contributing to rapid economic growth, because cooperatives can mobilize savings and capital which can serve as inputs in the production of goods and services of the less privileged members of the community. So lahat tayo magbe-benefit, no? So because that's how cooperatives are structured, no, na everyone should be benefiting at hindi lamang iilan, no, na mga tao. So sabi rin po ng International Cooperative Alliance, no, cooperatives can also contribute significantly to social integration, job creation, and the reduction of poverty. Lalo na po dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, dahil tayo ay isang archipelago, di ba? So islands po yan. So sometimes, yung opportunities, masyado siyang nakasentro sa Metro Manila. Okay? But with the power of our cooperatives, again, as key to sustainable development, we can make development and economic progress, no, more inclusive. Okay? Because cooperatives can create jobs and can help uplift the lives, no, of our members, of our farmers, no, and our community in general. And did you know, alam niyo po ba, ano yung country na most cooperative? Alam po ba natin yan? Sige nga, ilagay natin sa chat box. Ano po yung country na tinatawag nilang world's most cooperative country? Anyone who knows the answer, let me know in the chat box. Mga nag-google pa, no? Which country is considered the world's most cooperative economy? No? In fact, Itong country na po ito ay 20% ng ekonomiya pala nila ay composed of cooperatives. Any guesses? Vietnam? No, hindi po. Okay, some are saying Thailand, Japan, France daw, Korea. Sige, more guesses. Nasa baba po sila, nasa baba. Actually, this country is very close to my heart. Ayan, tama si Miss Anna, no? So, New Zealand is the world's most cooperative economy. Pioneer po sila, no, when it comes to co-op. And I actually just recently found out that Fonterra, which is a big dairy company, there are a multinational, cooperative po pala sila, no? So owned sila by the farmers, no? And yung office po ng Fonterra ay nasa BGC. So mayaman talaga sila na cooperative. So those are the possibilities, diba, of having a really successful co-op that benefits all the members, no, for shared ownership and shared economic growth, no? And for us to be able to achieve that, for cooperatives to contribute to the sustainable development goals, yan po yung sinasabi natin na kailangan nga nating mag-adapt, di ba? Kailangan natin matuto ng mga bagong technologies, i-leverage natin yung mga social media na yan, no, para palaguin pa ang ating kooperatiba. Okay? Cooperatives, sabi po nila, stay in business longer because it is community-driven and member-controlled. Ngayon na nakita na po natin ano yung importansya ng cooperatives in promoting sustainable development, no, in our own communities. Alam na natin na we have a role to play. Alam na natin na kailangan nating mag-evolve, di ba? Kailangan nating sumabay sa pagbabago ng panahon. Pupunta na po tayo ngayon, no, sa brand activation, which is our topic talaga, no, ngayong hapon. Gusto ko lang i-highlight, no, na maisip natin na kailangan talaga nating mag-adapt, no? Kahit na minsan natatakot tayo sa new technologies, normal po 'yan, 'di ba, na ang daming kiniklik-click online, no? Baka ma-virus ako or baka ma-scam ako, no? So kailangan po natin talagang kumbaga mag-adapt at matutunan itong mga bagay na to kasi meron naman din pong mga ways kung paano natin poprotektahan ang ating mga sarili. So, now talking about brand activation. Magsisimula muna tayo sa word na brand. Okay? Kapag narinig niyo po ang salitang brand or branding, ano yung pumapasok sa isip niyo? Pwede po bang i-share natin yan sa chat box? What comes into your mind when you hear the word brand? So may picture po tayo dyan ng one of the most famous global brands na that we know, which is Coca-Cola. What comes into your mind when you hear the word brand? So some are saying identity, image, values, logo, quality, color, business. Okay, what else? Name, okay. Trademark. Yes, mukhang alam niyo na po ata itong dinidiscuss natin. So before I define what a brand is, let me share with you first what is not your brand. Okay? Your brand or your branding are not just these three things. It's not just your logo. It's not just your tagline. Or it's not just your actual products or services. Because in fact, these things, your logo, your tagline, or your products and services, these are just visual representations and expressions of your brand. Because brand is all about your co-op's story or your business's story. How do people remember your organization? Do they remember your organization as a co-op that offers a lot of value for their members? Or do they remember your organization as, may narinig po akong term dito, no, sa session namin. Sabi nila, some co-op daw have a reputation of being a co-pit. So, yung ko na narinig yung term na yun, no? So, Because apparently, meron pong mga co-op na minsan, hindi talaga nagagamit yung funding, no, for the project that it's intended to do, no? So that is brand. It's more than just your logo. It's more than your tagline. Ano yung naka-imprint dyan sa utak, no, ng mga members nyo or other people when they hear the name of your cooperative, no? How do they associate it with you? Okay? Kung tao yung inyong co-op, ano yung personality niya? Is that person known to be trustworthy? Is that person known to be friendly, approachable, techy, right? Is that person known to be someone who has integrity, someone na magaling, right? Someone na helpful. No? So yan po yung tinatawag natin na brand. Okay? Your brand is how your customers or your stakeholder perceive and remember your company or your organization. Yung mga logo, yung tagline, no? So nandun po siya sa baba no, ng inyong branding. Kumbaga, your brand is your umbrella, no? Identity, sabi nga ninyo, your brand is your overarching personality, and your logo, the tagline, and other things, your Facebook group, manifestation lang po yan, no, ng inyong branding. Okay? So how can you create a memorable brand? So number one, kailangan kilala natin sino yung target customers mo, sino yung target stakeholders mo. Okay? Are you targeting, for example, potential members of your co-op who can be farmers, who can be tricycle drivers, right? Or who can be, ano pa bang mga potential members natin? Bawa, coffee farmers, no? Or other kinds of businesses, grocery owners, halimbawa. Kailangan din, when we are creating our strategy, we have a clear, unique value proposition. Ano ba yung ino-offer mo sa mga potential members mo? Okay? Sige nga, let me know in the chat box. Bakit kayo sumali ng mga co-op nyo? Ano yung main benefit na nagpaengganyo sa inyo na sumali po sa inyong cooperative? Sige, I'll give you 30 seconds to write that in your chat box. Siguro pwede nyo rin ilagay ano yung co-op natin. Okay, the loans daw. Okay, what else? Why did you join your cooperatives? What is that unique value proposition na nakita nyo, nako, makakatulong sa akin pag nagmiyembro ko dito. Savings, assistance, maybe free training, kagaya nito, di ba? Free marketing assistance, savings, okay? Gross savings and interest, sabi ni, ayan, so Miss Ana rin pala yun, no? So life savings, services, no? Patronage refund, okay? Comprehensive medical insurance for the family savings, no? So very good because you can identify now, why did you join? Because kasama po yan sa unique value proposition, no, ng inyong cooperative. So sabi ni Sir Retchie, para ma-develop pa po yung abilidad mo sa pagnenegosyo. Yes, kasi tayo pong mga negosyante, kailangan we grow every day. No? Sabi nga nila, if you invest in yourself, right, naturally, no, if you grow yourself, naturally your business will also grow. And sabi din nila, if your business is not growing, that means it's dying. So dapat everyday po nag-grow yung ating negosyo. At one way to do that is to invest in ourselves, no? And sabi ni Sir Retchie, nakakatulong ang pagiging miyembro ng EPSTEMCO, no, sa pag-grow niya ng kanyang abilities to do business. Mutual benefit, insurance, investment, and so on. So very good po, no, na alam natin itong mga to. Clear and consistent key messages. Yan. So, hindi pwedeng pabago-bago, halimbawa, yung messaging natin. Okay? Kung ito yung value proposition that we're promoting, yes, we should stick to that. Okay? Kung halimbawa, ang messaging nyo ay, we are a cooperative, no, that promotes this kind of benefit, no, kailangan po panindigan natin yan ng clear and consistent key messages. Okay, sige lang po. Ayan, no? So, meron lang pong, request. Sige, so mamaya natin to babasahin po, no? But, ngayon na alam na natin kung ano ang brand, okay? At how do we create a memorable brand for our cooperatives or maybe for your own businesses, pupunta na tayo no, sa brand activation. Ano nga ba yung sinasabi nila no, na brand activation? Sige nga, pwede po bang ilagay nyo sa chat box? Halimbawa, narinig nyo na tong term na to before. No? So, ano yung pumasok sa isip nyo nung narinig nyo yung term na brand activation? Brand activation. Ano po kayang ibig sabihin yan? Any ideas? Promoting your business, event, campaign, or any interaction that drives customer action. Wow! Ayan, salamat, Miss Ana, no? So for the very good answers. A type of a marketing strategy, improving something that's interactive, no? So all correct answers, no? So brand activation is simply put, bringing a brand to life. Because as you can see, diba sabi natin, brand is your personality. Brand is the memory that your customers have, no, with your organization or your company. Very abstract siya, di ba? But with brand activation, we try to translate that abstract concept that they have or perception that they have with your co-op, with your business, into something that's actually tangible. Of course, the goal pa rin, di ba, is brand awareness and later on for them to be customers, no? So, brand activation is how you how you become memorable to your customers, especially if hindi ka pa nila kilala, okay? Kung yung co-op nyo, you want to get more members, at hindi nila kilala halimbawa ang inyong co-op, you can do brand activation strategies, you can do brand activation activities. And it's not just awareness, no? Because minsan mahirap pong i-measure ang brand awareness. At the end of the day, what we want is customer action, okay? And in business or in your cooperative, brand activation metrics can be in the form of ilan yung bumili ng produkto mo, diba? Sales, no? Sales pa rin po yan. Or ilan yung nag-member because of an effort that you made, no? So yan po ang brand activation. And the good thing about brand activation is it is an evolution from passive advertising to active engagement, especially now in the time of digital platforms. So gone were the days when we were watching TV, we were shown a lot of commercials, and we were not able to interact with it, no, or give feedback, right? Because it was a one-way approach at that time. Okay? So, tinetelevize lang sa radio o sa TV, di ba? Itong mga advertisement. Pero ngayon, na meron na po tayong digital platforms and so on, no, we're evolving from passive advertising to active engagement of our target customers or target users. Bakit importante ang brand activation para sa mga kagaya po natin na cooperatives? So number one, for us to build trust, right? And business is all about trust, okay? We buy from a company, halimbawa, we buy from Jollibee because we trust that company. No? Syempre, nandun na rin yung element ng masarap siya or mura siya and so on. But in business is all about relationships and it's all about trust. If we want to build more trust with our customers, with our members, then brand activation initiatives, no, is a very important one. No? So halimbawa po, Bakit tayo halimbawa nagsasubscribe in one provider, let's say a telco, no? Halimbawa po, no? So Smart and PLDT, no? Kami po sa bahay, Smart PLDT yung gamit namin, no? Why do we subscribe to them? Because I trust the brand. Right? I know that I will have reliable internet service, no, if I subscribe to this brand. Member loyalty, syempre, no, making members feel they are part of something bigger, no? If we're able to do brand activation activities, then we can build loyalty of our customers, of our co-ops, so that they will renew their membership, right? Or they will continuously buy from us. Community outreach, syempre, kailangan i-enhance natin yung community footprint natin. Because at the end of the day, cooperatives exist, right, to help the larger community. No? Hindi lang yung ating mga miyembro. So, meron sinabi si Sir, bring back the best in the co-op. Yes, tama po yan. Competitive edge. Yan, siyempre marami po tayong mga co-ops ngayon na andito, di ba? Siyempre tayo, proud tayo kung ano po yung co-op na miyembro tayo. No? So, using brand activation, we can make our cooperative stand out. Okay? What separates halimbawa yung isang co-op, no, from a particular co-op? No? So, sa dami po ng kooperatiba sa Pilipinas, di ba? So, you can use brand activation to make your cooperative or your business more memorable, okay, in your members and even your potential members and customers. So, what are some of the common or traditional brand activation strategies, no, that we have? So number one, we have in-person events. So halimbawa, pwede tayong magpa-launching, right? Or magpa-conduct ng webinar, kagaya ng ginagawa po natin ngayon. So dyan sa picture na yan, so naglagay po ako ng picture nung launching or soft opening ng business po natin. No? So food cart po siya, no? Selling vegan, vegetarian food using mushroom. Product sampling. Okay. Isa rin po yan sa mga common brand activation strategies. Meron na po bang nakapag-try dito ng product sampling? Sige nga. Let me know in the chat box. Walang nag-a-answer. Question na lang, sino po yung madalas manguha ng free taste sa grocery? Kasama po ako dyan. Nakaka-relate ako dyan. Okay, nakaka-relate din sila. Did you know? So there's a research that shows that product sampling in many groceries actually increases sales by 2,000%. Okay, ganun po, ka-powerful itong mga brand activation strategies natin. In many bazaars that we see, for sure, kung nagtitinda kayo ng banana chips or any other products, diba? So meron po yung sample at kapag nasarapan ka, syempre, bibili ka na rin, no? Sponsorships and partnerships, no? So pwedeng in the form of exhibitions or us being a sponsor to a relevant event, no? Na meron tayong mga potential customers, ayan. And other partnerships. So last week po, just to share, we were in Legazpi City. So nag-sponsor po tayo sa isang conference doon. Siyempre, we want to help it, but at the same time, gusto po nating makakuha ng mga new customers. And so I'll share with you now some great brand activation, traditional brand activation initiatives, no, that we've seen in the past. I have two examples. So we have Coke and we also have Dove. Ayan, no? So, Kita po natin yung Coca-Cola, one of the largest companies, right, in the world. Hindi po ako gaano umiinom ng Coke, pero magaling po sila when it comes to marketing, brand activation, no? Kung makikita niyo po, 'di ba, si Coke, anong produkto nila? It's sugared water, right? It's soft drinks. And marami pong soft drinks tayo makikita sa market. But how they tell their brand is, they tell it in a way that they're not just selling soft drinks. They're not just selling soda. What are they selling people? Sige nga, let me know in the chat box. Base po sa nakita niyo, what are they selling? They are selling, starts with the letter H. They are selling happiness, exactly. Thank you, Miss Melissa. No? So, they're not selling to you sugared water or fructose water, no? They're selling happiness. And because that's how they tell the story of their brand, now you associate Coca-Cola with happiness, right? You associate it with sharing with your loved ones. You associate it with dinner, happy dinner with your family because there's Coke in it. Diba? So, ganyan po ka-powerful ang branding and brand activation. So, here's another brand activation effort by Dove.
Well, that's a very difficult question. I'm a mom of two. I work like 6-day weeks. How did it come together? Work, life gets in the way. Wow. I love that. It's like just a thousand reminder to give myself some pocket me time. I can't wait to get home and try this in my own shower.
Ayan, no? So, Dove, no? So, yung messaging po naman nila dito, di ba? Especially for mothers, di ba? So, give yourself some more free time. And sabi ni Miss Anna, Dove sells more than beauty. It invites its customers and fans to reflect on self-esteem and self-acceptance. No? So, thank you, Miss Anna. Di ba, marami tayong nakikita rin na advertisement or promotion ng Dove na yung parang beauty in all shapes, no? So, iba-ibang shape. Meron din yung iba't ibang color of skin and so on, di ba? So, yan po yung tinatawag natin na brand activation. Okay? It's how you form emotional connections between your organization, your company, your cooperative, and your customers, more than the actual product, no, that you have. Okay, let me just switch to the next slide. Yan, because brand, again, is all about emotions, memories, and perception. If people have a good perception of your co-op, then more chance they will buy from your co-op or they will be a member of your co-op. Now, let me ask you something. Do we have budget kagaya ng Coke and Dove? Yung co-op po ba natin, kaya nating mag-stage ng ganong kabongga na brand activation activity? Let me know in the chat box. Meron ba tayong ganyang kalaking budget? What about others? No, what's your answer? Do we have the capability, the same with Coke and Dove, no, to have those experiential, napakabongga, no, na mga brand activation efforts? Obviously, wala po tayong ganyang kalaking budget, diba? Because for them, halimbawa, for Coke, for Dove to have those exhibitions and activations, they hire an advertising agency. Probably it costs millions, not only of pesos, but of dollars, right? But gone were the days when we need a lot of budget to be able to have those kind of brand activation efforts and develop yung brand recall natin. Kasi meron na po tayong tinatawag ngayon, di ba, na digital shift. Okay? Ngayon, we can have, you know, a lot of brand activation efforts and initiative online na hindi natin kailangang gumastos ng malaki. This is also the reason why PLDT and Smart sponsored po this activity, because they want to help you upskill and to utilize these kinds of low cost, no, or even no cost technologies and solutions, no, to activate the brand of your cooperatives. Sige nga, let me know in the chat box sa mga co-ops po na andito. Gaano karami po yung may like ng inyong Facebook page? How many followers or likes do you have on Facebook? Okay, 9K down, no? So yung co-op ni Sir Jerry, very good. 8.3, 6.7. So ibig sabihin, no, we are doing well. Kung ganyan pong kalaki yung ating mga brand, ay ang ating mga following, no, online. So 18K for BCC, 12K, fantastic, no, you're doing a great job. But of course, there's always, diba, something new to learn on how we can grow further our social media following, okay? So yung digital revolution na sinasabi natin ngayon, di ba? Meron na tayong super connected na mundo, no? We can target people even if they are in Africa, even if they are in the US, wherever in the world, okay? Because we are na hyper-connected world na tinatawag natin ngayon. Again, cooperatives need to adapt and evolve, no, to be able to, hindi tayo mapag-iwanan, di ba? Kailangan nating sumabay. Social media for cooperatives. Ano ba yung mga usual na tools na ginagamit natin? Siyempre, meron tayong Facebook, meron tayong Instagram, meron tayong Twitter, meron tayong LinkedIn. TikTok, hindi pa natin nalagay dito. Meron po bang TikTok ang inyong mga cooperatives? Sige nga, kung may TikTok, please say yes in the chat box. Ngayon, kapag po nagpe-present ako nito, palagi nalang tinatanong, kailangan ba na lahat ng mga tools na to, social media tools na to, ay gamitin namin? Okay? So my answer to that is actually, you don't need to use all of it. Okay? But use platforms where your target audience are. So for example, if most of your members are in FB, then mag-focus kayo doon. But if you discover that now they're also switching to TikTok, or maybe they are in Instagram more, then perhaps you also need to invest time, resources, and attention, no, in promoting your services or benefits, no, in those platforms. Gone were also the days, hello? Okay. Gone were also the days that content creation is something that's reserved to advertising agencies, no? Or celebrities na kailangan mo halimbawa ng celebrities to advertise whatever product that you have. Because now, anyone can make content, especially with TikTok, Instagram as well, Facebook Reels, diba? So anyone now can be a content creator, okay? So what are some of the content that you can do? So for example, you can do stories, posts, live interactions, and so on. So mamaya, we'll go more, we'll go deeper into that. Community building, okay? I think in the Philippines, isa po tayo sa pinakamaraming Facebook groups. But if you want to do research on a particular community or target audience, ang dali lang maghanap ng Facebook group for that. For example, when I started my business for vegan and vegetarian food, alam ko na meron po kaming community for vegans in Manila. No? So I am a member of Manila Vegans. So doon po kami nag-promote ngayon ng aming mga products. We're trying to engage. We're also posting a lot of promotions and so on. Even my mushroom suppliers, alam niyo po kung saan ko lang yan nahanap. There's a group called Mushroom Growers in the Philippines. So doon ko po sila nahanap. So ganun po ka-importante ang mag-engage with our community in our digital spaces, kagaya ng Facebook group. Meron po bang Facebook group ang inyong co-op? Let me know in the chat box, sino po yung mga may Facebook group na? Kung wala pa po kayong Facebook group, now is the time for you to have a Facebook group. Okay? Meron na daw si AKMPC. Okay, very good, no? Kung meron na po tayo niyan. We'll go more into content marketing, no? So in content marketing, the typical po na ginagawa ng mga businesses right now is through the creation of articles or blog posts. Okay? Meron po tayong tinatawag na search engine optimization. Okay? Meaning, kapag nag-type ba ako halimbawa sa Google ng cooperative in Sorsogon, okay? Una bang lalabas dyan yung inyong co-op or cooperative in Laguna? Lalabas ba dyan sa search ng Google, no? Pang ilan lalabas po, no? Yung inyong website, kung meron kayong website. How are they able to rank higher in Google? So through creating content, useful blog posts halimbawa for your members or your potential members, where you highlight success stories, best practices, and so on. Another content marketing strategy na ginagamit po talaga ngayon ay yung newsletters or email marketing. Okay? Sino po dito yung merong email list? Sa atin pong mga co-ops, meron po ba kayong email list na? Okay, mukhang wala pa, no? But that makes sense because kung hindi po ganun ka-active yung ating mga members sa email, 'di ba? So baka naman hindi worth it for us. So, diba, mas active talaga sila sa Facebook or SMS, 'di ba? So meron na daw si Sindangan Facoma. No? So newsletters help us to continue talking to our members, okay? And in a way that it's closer to them. Because now there are tools that we can use to be able to personalize the emails that they receive. Yan. So we can also do that. Videos. No? So sabi nila, ngayon daw sa TikTok, medyo napapalitan niya na si Facebook kasi we're spending more time now on TikTok. So, gamitin po natin yung mga tools na yan no, to create content. Napakadali lang pong gumawa ng videos using TikTok. And in fact, I have here a case study from Soro-Soro, Iba Development Cooperative. May member po ba tayo from Soro-Soro, Ibaba Development Cooperative? Meron po ba? Napapakita ko po sa inyo yung some of the TikTok videos no, that they have or they created. Ito po natin. Na-close ko po ata. Saglit lang ha. Sige. So, papakita ko po sa inyo yung Facebook page ng Soro-Soro. Ayan. I think they're one of the best practices po, no? So, meron po silang 31,000 likes on Facebook and 34,000 followers. So, pakita po natin yung kanilang TikTok video. This one. Ito natin. Yan, di ba? Ayan, di ba? So that's an example po, no, of a good use of TikTok to promote the services, the products, no, of your co-op, no? So kita niyo po, di ba? Sayaw-sayaw lang sila, no? Pero they're promoting it. Wala man lang salita, music lang, but it's very, very eye-catching. So pwede po nating gawin yan, no, to promote more awareness as well, no, on our brand. Meron na po bang nakagawa ng parang kagaya nung pinakita po natin? Meron na po bang gumawa ng something similar? Sobrang laki po ng engagement nitong video na to. I think 360 yung likes nila. So mukhang wala pang nakakagawa, 'di ba? So imbis po na ginagamit natin lang yung TikTok for our own personal use, 'di ba? We distress, we dance sometimes, yung tan 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 tan, 'di ba? May ganyan pong nauso na era, no, during the pandemic. Pwede po natin gamitin yan to promote our cooperative and our own businesses as well, no? Using the power of your smartphone, of course, also with good, no, internet connection, kagaya po ng smart at PLDT. So, when it comes to content marketing, pwede rin po tayong magkaroon ng mga testimonials, kagaya po nito, no? So, soro-soro din po yan. So, in their website, meron silang testimonial from one of their members on how it was able to help them, no, to grow their business. Online engagement techniques. So, pwede tayong magpa-webinar, kagaya nito, para sa atin pong mga miyembro. Polls and surveys to get their feedback and their insights. Ano pa halimbawa yung mga benepisyo na gusto nila na pwede nating ma-add po, no, dun sa ating mga benefits for our co-ops. Loyalty programs or raffles, di ba? Kagaya ng ginagawa po natin na raffles or prizes ngayon, no? So, very, very helpful po yan for brand activation at parang hindi nila makalimutan na, ay, miyembro nga pala ako ng co-op na to, di ba? On a daily basis, if we can post po content on our Facebook channels or TikTok or other social media channels, then the better. Ngayon naman po, may isi-share din ako sa inyo, no, na tinatawag natin na UGC. Meron na po bang nakarinig ng term na to? UGC. Meron na po bang nakarinig? Ano pong ibig sabihin ng UGC? UGC. Hindi po yan ketchup. UFC po yun. Anybody heard of UGC before? Okay, mukhang wala pang nakakarinig, no? So, but for sure, you consume this kind of content on a daily basis. Very good, Miss Amy, Miss Mark, Sir Mark, no? So, yung tinatawag po natin na user-generated content. Sino po dito yung pumunta sa isang restaurant kasi nakita niya sa TikTok? May nag-review na mukbanger or foodie. Meron po ba? Ayan, ang dami nagtataas ng kamay, no? Or napabili sa Shopee. Just because may nag-post na TikToker ng product at paano siya pumuti or paano siya pumayat or paano siya nag-improve yung buhay niya nang dahil sa isang produkto na to. No? So, we are now in the era where user-generated content is actually more powerful than the content that we might produce. Okay? Because these are content created voluntarily by brand advocates or fans to showcase your products, your services, your benefits, no, in your cooperative. Why is UGC important para po sa mga kagaya natin, no, na cooperative? Number one, dahil nga po user ang gumagawa, mas authentic yung approach. No? Hindi siya pinipilit. 'Diba? So mas maniniwala ngayon yung ating pong mga potential customers, potential members. Credibility, it helps establish your credibility when people, halimbawa, search for your co-op in Google or in Facebook or TikTok. If they see this user-generated content, then the more likely they are to develop a positive perception or brand recall po, no, ng inyong co-op or company. And of course, it's also for community building. You now have may soldiers ka na ng brand loyalist mo na pwedeng mag-defend sa'yo kung magkaroon man ng issue or mag-promote syempre ng inyo ding cooperative. No? Na-try na po ba natin yung user-generated content? Meron na po bang co-op na nakapag-try niyan? Mukhang wala pa. No? So ano nga ba yung mga types of UGC? Pwede nyo po itong i-screenshot. So number 1, member testimonials. So pwedeng in the form of videos, blogs, or social media posts. Meron ba kayong miyembro na naging milyonaryo, sobrang lumago yung kanyang negosyo, simula nung nag-member siya sa inyong kooperatiba? Pwede po nating gamitin yung kanyang istorya, 'di ba? Para mag-promote pa at maghikayat pa ng other members po na pwedeng sumali sa atin. Pwede rin in the form of photo and video contest, 'di ba? So, encourage members to share creative ways they use your services or your products, no? Pwede tayong magpa-price, hindi naman po kailangan na sobrang engrande yung atin pong mga papremyo, no? Kahit simple lang, no? Halimbawa po, ay credits sa Maya, di ba? Parang ganyan po, no? So, member-generated tutorials, how-to guides or tutorials showcasing your cooperatives offerings. Okay, so pwede rin po natin gawin yan. Community discussions in the form of forums, social media threads where members can share tips, tricks, or advice related to your cooperative services. So now I want to share with you a recent user-generated content no, na-generate ko po para sa aking Shroom Express business. Kaka-start lang po nung aming brand. No? So nilaunch po namin siya May 20. So onti pa lang talaga yung nakakaalam po ng ating negosyo. At para po ma-develop yung ating brand recall, or magkaroon tayo ng brand activation, so nag-contact po ako ng some content creators or influencers na tinatawag natin. No? So although some don't like the term influencer, so content creator po, yung pwede natin itawag sa kanila. No? So si Hungry Club PH po, minessage ko lang siya, tinry ko lang, no? Sabi ko, pwede po ba namin kayong ma-invite na i-review nyo yung aming produkto? No? Kaso wala po akong budget, sabi ko sa kanya. Pwede po bang X-deal? Yan. And surprisingly, pumayag sila. Wala po tayong binayad. Yung transportation lang, yung i-cover po natin. So siguro pwede ko rin ipanood po sa inyo ano yung ginawa nila na UGC.
Who doesn't love mushrooms and rice? Putting them together means 2 times the fun. Shroom Express should now be your go-to. They are located in Pioneer Center in Pasig, just when you enter the hallway along Starbucks. This is not your typical rice bowls. They have vegetarian and vegan options. Pwede din to sa mga gusto mag-try maging healthy or gusto lang kumain ng masarap. I'm so impressed by the range of options they have, and you can customize your own too. Here are their vegetarian options: cheese and buffalo. Then vegan options naman were the teriyaki, orange zest, soy garlic, and sisig. All the flavors were pretty good, but among everything, we loved the sisig. It was so unique and it's very Filipino. And they also have mushroom chicharon that are super addicting. Highly commend their business for making their meals affordable, and they also support local farmers. So I suggest you drop by because who doesn't love mushrooms and
So,
rice?
yan po yung isang UGC na na-generate natin recently. At wala po tayong binaya dyan, as I told you. So, transpo lang po, no? Nagpatulong lang sila na pwede bang cover ko daw yung transportation, and let's say around 1,500. Then we provided them with products, but look at the ROI of that, no? 632 people who didn't know prior na merong Shroom Express, 'di ba? So ngayon alam na nila, meron pang mga nag-save na 90 at merong mga nag-share na 30. No? So yan po yung tinatawag natin na user-generated content. And then ang dami na ngayon nagsasabi, oh, sana daw meron sa Cebu, meron din sana sa TAF, and so on. No? Because any content po that's on the internet can go exponential. Ngayon nga, 'di ba, yung mga nagva-viral, nagte-trending, halimbawa yung mga nagtitinda ng sotanghon sa Quiapo or nagtitinda ng dragon fruit palamig, 'di ba? Just because nag-viral sila, grabe po yung naging impact nun, no, sa kanilang mga negosyo. Hindi na sila nauubusan ng customer. And I heard yung nagtitinda halimbawa ng dragon fruit palamig ay nakabili na daw ng bahay. No? So, i-utilize po natin yung mga resources na yan because again, we now have the tools at our fingertips and we don't even have to pay so much, no, for these kinds of brand activation efforts. Ilan po yung naka-view? 105,000. Magkano lang po yung ginastos namin? Let's say 2,000 po yung ginastos natin. In your case, for sure, you have thousands of members, right? And for sure, you have a lot of success stories of members who are happy with the benefits that they get, who were able to grow their companies because of your co-op, no? So we can generate content from them. We can ask them to create testimonials, to promote your products and services. Paulit-ulit na po natin sinasabi, no, bakit importante itong UGC para po sa ating mga cooperative, no? But just to highlight again, number 1, member engagement, no? UGC offers an opportunity for members to actively participate, okay? Because now they themselves are brand advocates, brand loyalists na tinatawag natin. Cost efficient, minimal investment required compared to traditional advertising, authentic reviews, real members sharing their real experiences, and syempre, increase their reach. No? Your content gets shared across the member social networks, expanding your reach. Because for sure, your members po, let's say they have 3,000 Facebook friends, okay? Doon po sa 3,000 Facebook friends na yon, ng isa-isa sa inyo, right? Mag-share lang siya, halimbawa, ng content about your co-op. Marami po kayong pwedeng iba pang mahikayat, di ba, na maging miyembro. Let's say kahit po 1% lang yan, di ba? So, 1% of 3,000, I think that's around 30. No? Kahit nga 0.01 lang, di ba? So, exponential po yung pwede maging impact if you will leverage these tools and technologies to promote your brand. Some of you might also be interested in paid ads. How do I do Facebook ads, sponsored ads? Unfortunately, I won't be able to do an in-depth discussion on Facebook ads, for example, but pwede rin po natin yung i-leverage kung meron tayong budget. But for me, mas okay po yung user-generated content, no? Kasi ang dami po nating miyembro, di ba? Hindi na natin kailangan gumastos ng malaki para sa Facebook ads, okay? Pwede po kayong mag-Facebook ads kung gusto nyo, but again, mas authentic po if user-generated content. So some of you might be asking, how do you measure the success of your brand activation efforts, no? For this case, I will be using the example of a paid ad na ginagamit po natin ngayon, no, para sa business po natin, which is Room Express, for Grab. Because si Grab po, matalino si Grab, no, meron po silang, if you're a Grab merchant, pwede kang mag-advertise, no, pwede kang mag-promote ng iyong business using keywords. And the good thing about this is you have analytics. No? So for example, doon po kasi kaka-start lang po namin sa Grab ngayong buwan, at we spent 2,500 plus, no, for our keyword search. Meaning, when you search halimbawa vegan or vegetarian, sa Grab, isa po kami sa mga unang lalabas. Okay? And meron po yung katumbas na presyo pag nag-click halimbawa si customer. But with the 2,500 po na ginastos namin, 10,000 po yung bumalik na sales for that. Okay? So we're earning 4 times of what we're spending. Okay? And as you can see, meron din po siyang analytics na makikita natin. Yun po ang maganda sa digital brand activation efforts. Because there are analytics, we can make decisions based on data. Okay. Meron din po akong ituturo sa inyo na formula, just so, syempre, kailangan data-driven tayo when we do our brand activation efforts. So, yung customer acquisition cost na tinatawag natin, ang formula po dyan is your total marketing spend divided by your number of new customers. So, halimbawa po, gumastos kami ng 2,500 for a paid ad. Ilang customers na bago yung na-acquire ko? Let's say 34 new customers. Gaya po nung nandun sa Grab namin. So, that means yung customer acquisition cost ko po is 74. But syempre, ang gusto po natin, habang tumatagal, bumababa yung cost natin, no, for customer acquisition. Ngayon po, meron po ba kayong datos to identify magkano po yung member acquisition cost ng inyong co-op? Meron po ba tayo niyan? Magkano yung ginagastos natin sa marketing efforts to be able to, halimbawa, have 1 new member? No? So, maaring wala pa po tayong datos, but if you're going to use digital tools and technologies, may mga analytics po tayo na pwedeng gamitin to be able to measure these kinds of things. Kasi syempre, hindi naman po natin gusto na, okay, puro lang tayo promote online, we make content, but we're unable to measure effective ba talaga siya. Is our investment paying off, no, for our cooperative? With all the brand activation strategies I shared, can you let me know in the chat box, alin dito yung sa tingin nyo ay pwedeng gawin ng inyong cooperative? UGC, okay, what else? Ano pa po? Mukhang puro UGC, no? ang lumalabas, no? So, pwedeng UGC po yan na video, pwedeng text lang, but ngayon nga po, base sa datos, we're spending more time watching Reels, we're spending more time on TikTok, no, for one. No? So, UGC. Okay. Sige. Do you think these strategies are something that your co-op can utilize? If you think yes, can you give me a heart, please? Magagamit ba natin ito? Okay, I see a lot of hearts. Thank you so much. All right. So now that you know what are some of the brand activation strategies that your co-op can do, we will have a quick exercise, no? And I would like to call any volunteer from all of you. Perhaps we can give some prize or credits, no, for the co-op volunteer who will join me in this live exercise. No, wherein I will help you to come up with a brand activation strategy. It's a very simple canvas that I created. So yan po siya, okay? And live po natin na gagawin yan kung sino man po yung mag-volunteer, no, to help you to start thinking about potential brand activation ideas that you can do for your cooperative. Do we have any volunteers? So just raise your hand if you would like to volunteer yourself and your co-op to do this live ideation activity. Okay, merong okay. Co-op College wala yun, is the host. Any volunteers? I think meron tayong pa-premyo kung sino man po yung magvo-volunteer. Any brave heart? No one? Come on! Volunteer po, no? So, i-practice lang natin. Okay, we have a brave heart. Ayan, si Miss Maria Pia Dizon. So, Miss Maria Pia Dizon, please unmute yourself, introduce yourself. Which co-op are you representing?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm from Valenzuela Medical Center Multipurpose Cooperative. Maria Pia Dizon, DOD chairperson po ng hospital.
All right. Yan. Thank you so much for volunteering, Miss Maria Pia. So ngayon po, I will walk you through our worksheet and then I will ask you some questions. Then feel free to answer them po, no, based on the things that we have learned. So we already know the name of your cooperative. Now, if you will do a brand activation strategy, sino po yung sa tingin yung target audience natin? Can you describe as well what are their behaviors? Where do you think can we reach them?
Okay, my target audience will be my co-employees who are nurses, doctors, and other professions like those who are working as admin officers, as well as outsourced employees from our utilities and security guards.
All right, no? So very specific si Ma'am Maria. So Ma'am Maria, can you describe to us what are their usual behavior, what are their motivations, and what are their pain points, halimbawa, no, in their daily lives?
So with their daily lives, ang gusto talaga nila is ma-perform yung kanilang duties and functions. Pero in that manner, wala na silang time na bumili ng kanilang pagkain. Kaya minsan nakakalimutan na nilang kumain on time.
Ayan, no? So thank you for sharing. My mom po was actually a frontliner than before, no? So I understand po, no? What are some of the benefits po that we are providing our members?
Mostly ang pinaprovide lang namin sa members ngayon is sa loan pa lang. Wala pa kasi kaming hindi pa kami nakakapag-expand or wala pa kaming business. Ang pinaka-business lang namin bukod sa loan is yung charging station and
wow.
other parang mini sari-sari store for those employees na nagwo-work na hindi na makalabas ng ospital.
Okay, wow. Well, ang galing po kasi yung business nyo is very responsive then to the needs, no, of your target audience. And that's number one, most important po when you're doing any branding or brand activation effort, kailangan po align yan sa needs, no, ng ating target audience. Now, going to our campaign objectives, Miss Maria, if you will do a brand activation initiative, ano po yung gusto nyong ma-achieve?
Brand activation. Gusto sana namin magkaroon ng canteen, pero because of the space or wala kaming facility for canteen, so hindi namin magawa yun. Same with parking kasi wala talagang parking. So, pinaka siguro is more on food and ano pa nga ba? Hindi makaisip.
Gusto niyo po ba, Miss Maria, na they support halimbawa yung project for food, or do you want them to buy more from your store inside the hospital?
Ang limitation kasi talaga namin is a space. Kaya nga, ang ganda nung diniscuss mo kanina dahil more on online, di ba? para i-promote yung cooperative. So siguro more on yung mga services ang pwede naming i-provide. Like, nagkaroon na rin kami ng project kasi marami rin sa mga empleyado namin ang hindi pa eligible. So, nagkaroon kami ng review classes. So, meron kaming mga accountants, may mga teacher na nag-review sa kanila. And maganda yung naging outcome noong review class. So, sabi namin parang pwedeng maging business yung yung service na review classes for our employees. And pwede rin kaming maging organizer ng isang event kasi or pwede ring training services dahil diverse yung members ng cooperative. So natulungan namin yung mga members na ma-utilize yung kanilang mga talent and natulungan din yung co-op na kumita. Kasi yun yung parang pinaka-brand talaga namin siguro na gusto namin ma-improve at ma-enhance para magkaroon ng additional income services.
Okay. Yan, sige. So jumping po dun sa sinabi nyo, yung review classes, so ano po yung participation dito ng ating mga members? Sila po ba yung nag-offer ng review classes? Or sila po yung magre-review?
Sila yung mga officers dahil meron ngang mga professionals talaga, sila yung nagbibigay ng review sessions doon sa mga co-employees nila na hindi pa. So parang maganda siyang income kasi twice a year I think may mga ganoong And last year nagkaroon na kami, nag-enroll yung mga iba naming mga co-employees. Medyo mahal yung binayad ng ospital kasi yung ospital ang nag-subsidize ng kanilang enrollment fee. And this year, hindi nagkaroon ng ganon. Kaya naisip ni Co-op para matulungan yung community, which yung mga co-employees namin, kami na yung nag-organize, nag-facilitate ng review classes na I think 10 sessions yun. Bali, wala kaming binayad doon sa mga taga-co-op na professionals na nagturo. Kasi parang yun na yung aming give yung pinaka-share namin doon sa project ng cooperative. So parang
wow, nice. Fantastic work, Ms. Maria. So let's say,
marami yung pwedeng mag-enroll kasi madami yung enrollees nag-register sa amin, I think 20 to 25. Pero syempre dahil masyadong marami silang trabaho after office hours, yung iba hindi na nakakapag-attend. So siguro I think 12 to 15 yung nagstay and out of 15 na nag-exam, 8 yung pumasa. So
wow.
Diba?
And ito pong mga nag-enroll, are they your members already?
Hindi pa sila member kasi hindi pa sila eligible. So sila yung mga contract of service.
Mga
so,
JO, parang ganun po.
Gusto namin sana kapag naging eligible sila, makasama na rin namin sila and maging member na rin eventually ng cooperative.
Sige ma'am. So let's jump on from that. So halimbawa ma'am, yung target muna natin na audience mo will be these na hindi pa members, no? But who are already benefiting in a way from your products and services. Halimbawa, yung process. So, mayroon po bang pangalan itong programa natin? Yung review classes?
Yes, meron. Kaya lang nakalimutan ko na ito.
Okay. Important yan, ma'am, sa branding, di ba? Especially if it's an annual thing that you're already doing. Let's say, halimbawa, let's level up review classes. Example lang, no?
Yes,
so, kung meron kayong ganun po na brand activation initiative, gusto nyo mas makilala siya nung other employees in the hospital and potentially that could be a strategy then for them to be a member later on. Okay? So sige, identify natin yung campaign objective. So number 1, ma'am, gusto mo na mag-enroll sila, 'di ba? Dun sa level up initiative nyo, no? Another campaign objective will be them to decide to be a member later on, 'di ba? Kapag eligible na sila. Okay? So meron na tayong target audience, meron na tayong campaign objectives. What about brand messages and values, no? Ano po ba yung mga current brand values na meron tayo ngayon sa atin pong co-op sa Valenzuela?
Meron culture of compassion talaga yung yung mga officers as well as yung members, kasi tumutulong din kami doon sa mga outsource namin kasi wala sila, di ba, mga bonus during Christmas. So yun yung nakita kong culture or yung value ng mga members ng BMC-MPC.
Yan. So, compassion. So, parang ang nakuha ko din, ma'am, parang meron kang katuwang, kumbaga, no? So, tutulungan ka kung hindi ka pa halimbawa RN, example lang, no? Kaya nga may review classes to be able to help you, no? So, meron kang parang community, right? So, yun po yung mga pwede nating ilagay sa brand messages and values. So, that means when we do our brand activation efforts, we should focus on those kinds of messages. No, yun po yung ipopromote natin ngayon kung may testimonial man yan sa TikTok, no, or sa IG Reels or Facebook Reels, yun yung pwede nating i-highlight. Sige, top 3 brand activation ideas. Ano pong mga naiisip niyo po? Na you can be a little more specific po, especially with your experience already, no, at your co-op.
100% passing, ganun. Pero hindi naman 100%, ano. So parang ganun, na kapag nag-review ka seriously with BMC-MPC, ay mataas yung possibility na makakapasa ka sa inyong para maging eligible ka.
Yan. Ano pa po? So, how are you planning to do this? Is it in the form of a Facebook post? Is it a testimonial?
Mas maganda siguro yung testimonial. Kasi talagang napatunayan na, may output na yung, kumbaga, yung naging project or yung business na itatayo ng cooperative. And eventually nga, i-offer din namin yun sa mga outsider kung sakaling magtagumpay yung business. So siguro activation ID, another is yung natulungan namin yung mga nagre-review, natulungan din niya yung mga members ng co-op na mag-spare ng time para magkaroon sila ng additional income.
Alright, nice. So meron tayong dalawa. Meron ka pang isang naiisip, ma'am?
Ang third is learning is a lifelong journey. So hindi talaga dapat tayo tumitigil. So hindi lang siguro review classes ang pwede naming i-offer. Eventually magkakaroon din ng mga webinar or other activities na may CPD units, lalo na sa mga nagre-renew ng license. Pwede kaming makipag-partner sa ospital para doon sa mga i-conduct namin na mga seminars or training so that we can deliver yung lifelong learning sa mga empleyado and other external stakeholders ng hospital.
Alright, fantastic. Sige po, budget naman, ma'am, no? Sabi niya medyo kumita yung co-op dun sa mga ginawa niyo. Is this something na maaalatan natin ng budget? And kung meron po, magkano sa tingin niyo yung gagastusin natin?
Last time, ang ginastos lang namin is yung snacks. Kasi syempre, paano ka makakapag-focus, makakapag-concentrate kung walang snacks or walang food. So, bumibili lang kami ng gamit or minsan nagpapasabay lang kami sa dietary. Kaya hindi masyadong malaki yung nagastos namin. Siguro 10,000 sa buong session na yun eh. Plus, binigyan namin ng token yung aming mga speaker na nag-review doon sa ating mga mag-exam.
What about ma'am yung sa brand activation efforts natin? No, kasi ako po naalala ko yung nanay ko po no na actually frontliner din po before no during the time of the pandemic nagti-TikTok sila palagi, di ba? Madalas po ba mag-TikTok yung mga members natin? No, so if you will do halimbawa yung user-generated content ng testimonials kagaya po nung sinabi nyo on TikTok or in Facebook, magkano po sa tingin nyo yung budget na gagastusin natin for those marketing and brand activation initiatives?
Pagdating sa budget, medyo nahirapan ako.
Okay lang ma'am, because this is what I'm telling you. Wala po kayong kailangang gastusin. Kung may smartphone kayo, right, i-video nyo lang po siguro yung isa sa mga member nyo na dating nag-review na member na ngayon, right? I-edit nyo lang po. For sure, meron po kayong mga expert TikTokers sa team nyo or sa co-op nyo. So, hindi nyo po kailangang gumastos ng malaki. Okay? So, i-utilize po natin yan. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of your user-generated content. May Facebook group po ba or Facebook page yung ating co-op?
Meron po.
Meron na. TikTok, meron na po?
Wala pa.
Ayan, pwede po natin yan i-promote din as well at gawin. No? Doon po natin pwedeng i-post yung ating brand activation efforts. So palakpakan naman po natin si Miss Maria. Ayan, so I just received news because of you volunteering, ma'am. Makakatanggap po kayo ng Smart Bro Pocket Wi-Fi. Palakpakan naman po natin si
Wow,
Maria,
very generous.
diba? That's why you need to volunteer. Okay, thank you so much po. You can take a screenshot of this canvas and when you go back to your co-ops po, when we end this webinar, you can answer this po no, with your fellow members. Okay? Now, before I end po my discussion, thank you again, Ma'am Maria. I'd like to do a quick recap of all the things that we have discussed. So number one, again, your brand is your co-op's story and personality. Okay? So hindi lang po yan yung logo nyo, yung pangalan nyo, no? So, and while brand is something that's abstract and intangible, very powerful po yan. Because the moment na masira yung brand ng inyong co-op, no, the impact of it can be very serious. No, you can lose members, you can lose funders, and so on. So kailangan po continuously natin i-grow yan at protektahan. Number two, co-ops must adapt in the digital times. Okay? That's why we have those tools. In fact, meron na rin po tayong mga AI na tools ngayon, no? So, unfortunately, this talk is not for AI. Pero if we know someone in your co-op who knows AI, pwede rin po natin yung magamit for promotion for us to make content, blogs, no, easily. Next point, both traditional and digital brand activation methodologies can be done, but as we have mentioned, digital activation activities are more cost-effective. Now, we don't have to spend as much, so use and experiment with it, no, and see which one works for your members or your target members. Content marketing and UGCs can be leveraged by your cooperative, especially since you have a lot of members. Pwede nyong i-require, di ba? Yung inyong mga miyembro, mag-post kayo ng testimonial. Bakit kayo nag-member? Paano kayo natulungan? No? And for sure, if you will do that, you will attract more members to your cooperative. And then lastly, launching a successful brand activation campaign starts with being clear about your target audience and campaign objective. No? Kilalanin po natin ang ating mga target audience. Kailangan klaro yan sa utak natin. Nasaan sila in our digital spaces? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram or TikTok? And then we give them content no, that also addresses their needs. Do they need content, halimbawa, on how to do bookkeeping, right? Then you can create content that's related to that. Kailangan po sumunod tayo sa pangangailangan ng ating target audience, no? Because that's the key to launching successful brand activation efforts. So yun lamang po. Maraming salamat. Please also like us on Facebook, Limitless Lab. Of course, thank you again to our partners, Smart PLDT, for having me. So if you have any questions, feel free to answer. Feel free to ask them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Joie. So I hope everyone learned a lot. We actually learned a lot, especially for someone not really engaged in marketing sa work, but definitely has access to different kinds of digital channels. And now, baka may mga questions pa tayo while Miss Joie is still here. Our partners from PPSA will help me facilitate for the Q&A. So if you have questions, you can type in the chat box and you can also unmute.
Thank you po. Good afternoon po sa ating mga bisita and good afternoon po kay Ms. Joie. Salamat po for the very comprehensive and engaging po na presentation ninyo on brand activation. Kami po sa PPSA, we're not a cooperative but we're also supporting smallholder farmers and agri-co-ops. So we also learned a lot po how to create a successful brand po so we can raise funds then for our projects and our programs. So kung may questions po kayo for Ms. Joie, this is your chance po na tanungin siya. So while we wait for the questions po, we're curious to know po, ano po yung mga common challenges naman na na-encounter ninyo in generating an interest for a brand or a product po?
Okay, so very good question. No? So perhaps one of the challenges, at least me personally as an entrepreneur, is lack of time. Right? So syempre marami po tayong minamanage na mga projects and negosyo. No? And branding is a full-time job. Marketing is a full-time job. No? So my recommendation to our co-ops is kung yung mga leader po natin, huwag nating suluhin yung trabaho, no? So as much as possible, if we can do it cooperatively, 'di ba? Kagaya nga po ng user-generated content, 'di ba? You allow your members as well to help you, no? Hindi po kailangan na secretariat lang mismo yung gagawa ng ating mga brand activation efforts, no? To be quite honest po, hindi ako ganon ka-familiar with TikTok. I'm also still learning. Mas ma-Facebook po ako. Although yung aking pong 10-year-old sister, mas magaling pa siya sa akin. So pag nag-e-edit po ako, siya yung nag-e-edit for me. No? So my advice to our co-ops here is, kung nahihirapan po kayo sa mga technologies natin, you can find allies in your team members who might be younger, right? You can give the ideas and then let them execute it. So that's one way po that you can do it. Yeah. What else? Ano pa bang challenges natin? Well, with Shroom Express po, syempre nung una, mababa po yung sales natin kasi bago nga, no? Ngayon po, ang ginagawa natin is mas consistent po yung postings natin. Okay? You just need to be consistent on your efforts, marketing efforts, and makikilala rin po tayo over time. You need to be patient as well. Hindi naman po instant ang pagbubuo ng isang brand. Diba? Si Coca-Cola, they're a 100-year-old company. It took them a long time as well. So we need to be consistent.
Yes, consistency po, no, and making use of your cooperative members at yung mga youth din na magagaling sa teknolohiya po. So someone is raising their hands from Barangka Cooperative. Feel free to unmute yourself po.
Hello po. Good afternoon po kay Miss Joie. Hello po. So ako po si Melissa from Barangka Credit Cooperative po. Share ko lang po na nag-utilize naman na rin po kami sa UCG. Most of the time po talaga is testimonials din po sa members. Pero ang question ko po kasi is kung meron po bang, kailangan po or necessary po ba na may daily post po tayo doon sa Facebook platform po? And if ever po, ano po yung ideal number post per day, per week, or in a monthly basis po? Thank you po.
All right, good question. Barangka po is the one in LB? Ano po ba?
Sa ano po, Barangka Marikina po tayo. Marikina City.
Marikina. Okay,
Yes po.
okay. LB grad po kasi, no? So, as much as possible, if daily you can do, then better po, no? But if hindi talaga kaya na daily, at least 3 to 4, no, per week. And ang maganda po dito sa mga digital tools and technologies natin, di ba? We can schedule it. No? So you don't have to actually post on a daily basis. For sure, alam mo na rin yan, no, ma'am. We can batch create content for the month or for the week and then post it, no, on a daily basis. Another strategy that you can do is to have, syempre, content calendar. No? So parang hindi na natin siya iisipin. No? So I actually wanted to share with you some AI tools that you can use to be able to streamline your efforts as well when it comes to content creation. Meron po bang nakarinig na dito ng term na ChatGPT? For sure, meron po mga nakakaalam, no, ng ChatGPT. Okay, nakapagtaas ng kamay si Ms. Maria Pia. Papakita ko lang po sa inyo how this technology can help you to batch create your content. Okay. Sige. So, meron po akong tinanong kanina. So, libre po, no, yung ating ChatGPT. I-search nyo lang po yan. So, halimbawa, isa kayong cooperative, no, and you want to have ideas on brand activation efforts or your social media marketing initiatives. Okay? So, magsusulat lang po ako ng prompt. So, halimbawa, you are a member of a cooperative in Marikina City for shoemakers. Example lang, no? Help me create brand activation ideas that I can do. Okay? Or we can do, rather. So when you ask ChatGPT that question, so bibigyan niya na po kayo ng mga ideas na pwede niyong gawin. And syempre po, kailangan natin tong i-edit, no? It's just for ideation. So meron silang mga in-store activations. Hindi pala natin nasabi na digital brand activation. But it's giving you some both traditional and digital. Diba? Dami niya na binigay sa'yo na mga potential. Ayan, meron siyang online activation. Meron silang binigay dito, design contest. Run a shoe design contest. Diba? Virtual workshop. Partnership with influencers or content creators. Collaborations and so on. No? So, pwede po natin yan na ma-utilize. No? I-share ko po dito sa ating chat box. Ano yung link? Para makapag-try po tayong mag-sign up for that.
Thank you po for your question, ma'am, from Barangka Credit Cooperative. At thank you, Ms. Joie, sa pa-tutorial nyo, no, for ChatGPT. So before we proceed po sa another great question, someone was asking po if pwede makahingi ng copy ng presentation ninyo later. And also, we would like to request din po the recording po, no, baka pwede nating balikan mamaya.
Yes po.
Sige po. So another question po, si Sir from Virgilio Villancho, he said, we need to have a good brand to have a successful brand activation. So ano po yung secret, yung mga challenges na commonly met in creating a good brand? So creating a good brand naman po.
Okay. So for me, creating a good brand, as I mentioned earlier, no, always start with identifying your target users, right, and your target audience. And at the same time, your brand values. Okay? So what are your brand values as an organization? Do you want to be known as the pioneer cooperative in your city? So how are you going to achieve that? So for example, do you value excellence? So that means in everything that you do, kailangan excellent yung output nyo. Or brand value nyo ba ay inclusivity? Inclusive ba talaga yung cooperative nyo? Meron ba kayong members from our persons with disabilities, for example, no? So, again, para siyang a brand is like a person, okay? Kung kaka-start pa lang ng co-op nyo, ibig sabihin baby pa siya, diba? Wala pa siyang personality. But then you nurture this person, and as they grow up, kung maayos yung pagpapalaki nyo po dun sa bata, kung meron siyang credibility, meron siyang integrity, kung honest siya, kung innovative siya, no, then you're establishing and along the way. When I started Limitless Lab, for example, nobody knew us, right? In fact, at that time, our name was still called B612 Design. Okay? And for some reason, people can't remember B612 Design. They're like, B672 Design? So, I had to respond as well to the feedback of my target customers. Since there's no brand recall, we did a rebranding. No, we changed it to Limitless Lab, which is easier to remember. Okay? And then, continuous, nagpo-post tayo online, we resonate the values that we have, which is focusing on people, innovation, diba? Development sector work, and so on. Okay? And how you grow your brand is through brand activation efforts. So, yun nga, para po siyang baby na pinapalaki mo. Until such a time na people already know that person with good personalities. Siyempre, we also have to be careful. Kasi one mistake, right, that you can do, especially in the age of the internet, can ruin your brand's reputation. So, say for example, marami tayong nakita, di ba? Naalala niyo ba yung si Jollibee? May nakita daw na tuwalya, di ba? Doon sa nila, sa store nila, no? So, that's a crisis actually for a brand. Now, for them, kasi they're known to be able to provide affordable and safe food and delicious food. No? So, mas maganda kung meron din po tayong person talaga na naka-assign dyan po sa ating mga branding and marketing efforts. So, siya talaga yung magte-take care po, no, ng efforts natin.
Thank you, Ms. Joie, for the great examples then. So do you have last question po for Ms. Joie before we proceed to the next part of the program and another exciting portion, which is yung paraffle po natin from Smart? Going once? Sige. So if may mga question po kayong hindi natanong, pwede po natin yung ipadala kay Ms. Joie later po. So if wala na po tayong mga tanong, let's proceed po to the next part of the program. And thank you so much po, Ms. Joie.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Miss Susie. So at this point, let us hear a message from our training partner, represented by Miss Christine Joyce. We call her Miss Teen Magadia, the Stakeholder Management Executive for Livelihood Group Corporate Communications of SMART.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon po. Magandang araw po. Magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Masaya po kami sa PLDT and SMART na ma-meet virtually yung mga members and officers mula sa iba't ibang cooperatives nationwide na kasama natin ngayong hapon dito sa ating webinar. We hope that you were able to get some useful insights from the session of Joey earlier na yun nga po makakatulong sa brand activation efforts ng inyong mga co-op. So kami po sa PLDT and SMART, we recognize the key role of technology in helping cooperatives thrive. Top priority po namin na mag-promote ng mga inclusive technologies na makakatulong po to support yung digitalization initiatives ng aming mga partner co-op. So we work together with many stakeholders and partners. Patuloy po kaming nagpo-provide ng mga capacity building sessions like this to further hone the skills ng ating mga co-op at yun nga po matulungan kayo na ma-maximize yung mga digital tools. So maraming salamat po to our partners from the Cooperative College of the Philippines and clients sa pangunguna po ni Sir Noel Raboy and si Ms. Donna Dizon na na-meet po namin a couple of weeks ago. Salamat po for inviting us to be part of this webinar. And of course, thank you also to our partners from PPSA, si Susie, Veronica, and also their new country director no si Angel. And maraming salamat po sa mga co-ops na kasama natin ngayon. Some of our partner co-ops at Smart are also here. And also shout out dun sa co-op ng aming kumpanya. Ayan, Simco, hello. Maraming salamat po. And also thank you to Joie, ang aming long-time partner sa mga programa namin sa PLDT and Smart. So hopefully po, hindi po ito yung magiging huli nating pagkikita, no? Marami po kaming learning sessions for co-ops, and sana po mag-join din po kayo sa mga future webinars and learning sessions natin. So, ayun po, maraming salamat po and good afternoon po sa lahat.
Thank you so much, Miss Ian. And before anything else, before we proceed sa raffle, I would like to take this opportunity na makapag-photo op ang lahat. We are still... Ayan. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for cooperating. So, this one, the instruction po ng ating raffle prize. Our partner from Smart PLDT, they provided you will win 1 unit Smart Bro Pocket Wi-Fi, and there will be 5 winners of Smart Prepaid 300 peso load. So how to claim your prize? For the 300 peso Smart Prepaid load, you can contact us sa mga winner ng raffle. So we will give you the client's contact person. And then for the Smart Bro Pocket Wi-Fi, ipapadala po kay winner. So we will request for the details ni winner later on. So I think that's it. So there will be 6 winners all in all. So this will be a virtual roulette. So kay first winner, this will be, let's start with the prepaid load muna. So 300 pesos Smart Prepaid load. First winner, Sir Brian Yap. May 300 pesos load kayo, sir.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Si Ma'am Donna Enabort. Okay. For our third winner, si Miss Journal Sanchez. Congratulations po.
Thank you po.
Sa ating fourth winner, we have si Ma'am Victoria Cerato. Congrats po. And for the fifth winner of 300 pesos Smart Prepaid load, we have Maria Cristina Ramajo. Congrats po, ma'am. And of course, sa ating last winner, the winner will win 1 Smart Bro Pocket Wi-Fi. Si Ma'am Ana Rodora Guillermo. Congrats po, ma'am. You won 1 Smart Bro Pocket Wi-Fi. So again, how to claim your prize po for the 300 pesos smart prepaid load, we will contact you po for your smart SIM number. And then for the Smart Bro Pocket Wi-Fi, we will contact Ma'am Ann Guillermo for her address para masend po natin yung pocket Wi-Fi to your place. So I hope you enjoyed. So as we close the program, let us be reminded that learning is not a destination, but rather it is a continuous process in our lives. So I would also like to thank our resource speaker, Miss Joie, our partners from PPSA, Miss Susie and Miss Veronica, and from PLDT Smart, si Miss Teen and si Miss Lai. So we all hope na you enjoyed and as well as learned a lot, which may help our respective cooperatives. So thank you once again, and we'll see you on our upcoming learning activities. Enjoy the rest of the day po. Thank you, and we will stay in touch po.